Hi, I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to another episode of my F1 2016 career mode, episode number 11 today for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we start the weekend off here with a brand new engine part fitted. Obviously, we bought that part in the last episode, the second engine upgrade we've done so far this season, so that sees us get 8 brake horsepower, so hopefully that will help out. Obviously, Hungary, you don't need as much straight line speed as you might need downforce, but hopefully that will help nonetheless, and we can work towards some more points in practice and hopefully get probably either the next downforce or potentially drag reduction part. Not too sure yet. We'll have to debate about that, seeing how many points we get after the practice session. But we kick things off here at practice at Hungary, and it started off as a bit of an annoying weekend. I had to really work on trying to get this setup right and try and feel out what the kind of setup I wanted for this car. Ultimately, I went for a more downforce heavy setup, so that might hinder us a little bit in a straight line, really, and counteract the new engine upgrade we've got. But I really felt a lot more comfortable on the higher downforce setup, and we went through practice, did track climatization, time management, had a few spins here and there and a few crashes, as I usually do in practice, trying to push the car to the limit. You really do have to try and push the Mclaren especially. And then, interestingly enough, while I was doing time management, I had this very interesting contact with Felipe Massa, obviously maybe a little bit salty about, just trying to beat him and, just generally being near to the Williams, I think. So he just took me out while I did my tyre wear test. So that was a little bit odd. And then FP3, we had some interesting intermediate conditions, and you can see he got a bit of a tank slapper in the middle of the corner there, but we did everything perfect. So we got the perfect 175 points that we could have got. So we got the maximum amount of points we could out of that practice session. So I was so happy about that. And then our PR agent told us that our new rival was Felipe Massa. So ironically, the person who literally just somehow just didn't like us enough and just took us out in a straight line in practice became our new rival. So that's a little bit awkward. And so I guess I will definitely have to try and do the job this weekend to try and beat him, because I really did not appreciate that. I was literally doing nothing. I was in a straight line doing my tyre wear test, and he comes up faster than me, obviously, because he's in a Williams car and on super softs compared to my softs, and he just literally rear ends me and takes me out. So that was a little bit odd. But anyway, we go on towards qualifying, which I was really confident for, hopefully. I finally found the setup, the higher downforce setup, and in qualifying, the higher downforce shouldn't hinder us too much, to be honest. So you join us here at the end of my Q2 lap. Q1, thankfully, a formality once again. You'll notice on this Q2 lap, I'm on the soft tyres, actually, because I want to try and start the race on this set of tyres, because I feel like it will really help at Hungary, because from the tyre wear test, I can tell there's a lot of tyre wear on the super soft tyres. They won't go very long, so I definitely wanted to get in, and we just about made it. Very close there. My teammate Jensen got in ahead of me into Q3, and he's been looking really strong all race weekend. Jensen was up in like P4 in FP1 and FP2, so he's really looking really good, like surprisingly good. Like lately, he's not really been matching me too much, but this weekend, I don't know what's happened, but from last race to this race, he's just been a changed man, a changed AI car, if you will. So yeah, he's looking really good. So you join us now for a Q3 lap through the first sector, looking pretty tidy. I was feeling pretty on it, actually, and it felt really good, especially compared to obviously the soft tyre run I did in Q2. The super soft felt like absolute just hacks at this point, just so much grip on those tyres. So through the final corner we come to open the DRS. At the moment we're in P10 because we haven't set a lap time. We'll come across the line, and what will it be? P7. So it looks like that will be the same position we got last time out in qualifying at the Silverstone, I was about to say Silverstone Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix at a home race. We got 7th place there, and it looks like again we'll be finishing out in 7th place at the Hungarian one. So we're making a habit of getting 7th place, which is quite ironic because obviously, as I've said many times, number 7 is my favourite number. I would have chosen that number as my career number if Kimi Raikkonen, the absolute bastard, hadn't took it. So at least we're getting in P7 every qualifying session, and we beat our teammate, thankfully, and also the Williams car of Valtteri Bottas. Really nice there. Obviously, we're going to be starting on the soft tyre, so I've done the strategy work there. So it's all looking good. I'm looking forward to it, looking strong, feeling good, especially getting max points in practice. I'm so happy about that. So that could put me in a really good mood ahead of the race. So let's go to the grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Right, so here we are looking at the strategy, and once again, the brilliant weather is throwing my strategy straight after the window, because it looks like it's going to be raining halfway through this race. So, this still means we do start on the soft tyres, so my work I did in qualifying this time out is still going to be useful, because we can go longer on the soft tyres, I feel, and be a lot better in the race, whereas the cars around us on super softs will probably have to pit one more time even before the rain gets here, so we're going to be at an advantage that we could potentially go straight from the softs to the inters. But you can see, I've gone with a custom 3-stop race, because I want to put in a precautionary super soft pit stop in case the soft tyres can't go the distance, can't go all the way till the wet period. Then I can make a pit stop for super soft tyres, go really quick and really push as hard as I can on those sets of tyres until the rain comes. But that's only precautionary. I'm really holding out and praying that the rain can come just in time for me to come off the off the softs and go straight onto the intermediates, whereas all these guys around us are all on the red wall super soft tyres. You can see Raikkonen ahead of us, Bottas behind us, so they will have to make another pit stop. So it sets us up for what should be hopefully a very good race, but overcast conditions here for the start of the Hungarian Grand Prix. We go to 5 red lights for the 11th round of the season. Dump the clutch and we're underway for 35 laps here at the Hungaroring. Vettel getting a poor start from P2. He's down to P4 now. Verstappen gets a good start going down the inside. We go side by side with Kimi Raikkonen, who's on our right hand side. We go down towards turn 1 trying to navigate the Red Bulls. We narrowly miss Verstappen going in between Ricciardo and Kimi. Ricciardo goes off circuit, so that helps us out. We go side by side with Kimi now. He'll have the legs on us in that Ferrari car. We're going to have to tuck him behind. Massa's made the best of that start as well, and he's behind us there ahead of both Red Bull cars. Ricciardo going wide off the circuit and Verstappen getting pinned behind Vettel. So me and Massa have made the most of that start. We're up in P4 at the moment, but now Vettel comes back at us a few laps later down to turn 1. He's overtaken Massa already, and he's overtaken me pretty easily. We go a little bit wide into turn 1, also allow Massa to come through, so not the best start from us in these opening laps. Still trying to feel out the car a little bit, but also struggling on softs compared to these guys super softs. They've got so much more grip at the moment, but I just need to be patient, because in a few laps my grip will start to come back to me. But at the moment we're back down to P5 at the moment, with Vettel up in 4th there, but we're still keeping Massa behind us, and that's the kind of important thing, beating our rival obviously. But as we move on to lap 5, you can now see Max Verstappen right behind us on the super soft tyres, DRS in hand as well, down the inside, trying to make the overtake work. It should be a pretty good one for him on super softs, but we do well get good traction, getting very close to touching his side pod with our right front tyre. But we're going to keep it down the inside. We've got the corner still. He's going to leave us the room, because we are down the inside, still going side by side, trying to squeeze him through on the right, but we have to give him the room there and onto the next corner, go a little bit off the circuit, but that's fine. We're still side by side at the moment, going up to the left. Crest is going to be difficult. We bang tyres. There's been a bit of contact. We keep it down the inside, and Verstappen has lost momentum and gone wide there, causing a bit of yellow flag situation, but we kept it as tight as I could. If I kept it any tighter, I would have cut the corner there on the left-hander, so I kept it as tight as I could, and Max just couldn't keep it around the outside. A little bit of a fault of the AI on this year's game. They don't seem to be able to lift off enough. They just keep their foot planted for some reason. And there was a virtual safety car you saw there very briefly as we kind of cut it out, because it was only about half a lap there, and I think the virtual safety car was for Max Verstappen, and it came out very briefly and then came in very quickly there as well. So onto lap 6, you can see locking up into turn 1. We've gained a little bit on Vettel actually in that virtual safety car. I'm not going to lie, I think we gained a little bit of advantage there on the restart as I pushed on as soon as it said it was ending. So I think we're a little bit closer to Vettel than what we started. But as we move on to the very end of the lap, and we can see people in the pits at the moment, so as I said, people have to make their pit stops because they're all on super soft tyres. They can't go as long as me. So at the moment, Hamilton, that is, in the pits. Vettel continues on, but he's going to come in by the end of the lap, I think. As you can see on lap 7, though, it started to get a little bit darker, and the track just generally felt a lot harder to drive. And also, I saw Vettel struggling. I was also struggling as well. You can see I'm just taking a lot lighter, really lifting off the right-hander, and just generally, hopefully you can see compared to my qualifying lap, very cautious. Vettel comes in for his pit stop because he's on super soft. So we're going to lead this Grand Prix because as well, Rosberg comes in. So we're going to take the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. But yeah, just very odd conditions. The track getting really cold as we get towards that wet period. But onto the lap 8, you can see going very cautiously through that turn. A lot of understeer. I'm checking the tyre temps. While I check it, into this second last corner, go really wide off circuit. And you can just see how slow I'm having to drive at the moment. But the track looks bone dry. The track looks very dry. I mean, I might just be my really crap eyes, because I do wear glasses. So I don't know about you guys if you can see raindrops. But for me at the moment, at that point in time, I thought, okay, the track's dry, but it's feeling very odd, very cold. Maybe it's, maybe this is the indicator it's going to start raining soon. But into turn 1, you can see we go really deep. No grip, lock up on both tyres. And at this point, I start to panic a little bit because I was thinking, are these guys who have already made a pit stop behind us going to catch us up here? At the moment, Sergio Perez is in second place, surprisingly. He's still on the super soft tyres, so it looks like he's stretching the super softs to 9 laps here. But on to the middle part of lap 9, you can see just the amount of oversteer I'm getting, and it was literally like driving on an ice rink. Like, if you guys remember back to the Russian Grand Prix episode we did, and you could see the end of my Q3 lap there at Russia, it looked exactly like this. Like I was just on ice, basically. The tyres had no grip. I'm here in what looks like a bone-dry circuit, but then the DRS gets disabled, so I think, okay, I'm clearly missing something, because usually this means it's time to come in for inters if DRS gets disabled, but there's clearly no rain on the circuit, or if there is, it's very, very, very faint, and it's like on the surface, that it's just a slippery track surface, but there's no like puddles being formed. So we're in first at the moment, Perez second, so this is the time to come into the pits. The DRS is disabled, and we could potentially be coming out in first place. I mean, unless I'm going to get this call wrong, and it's not starting to rain, and then Hamilton goes round the last corner, and with Perez as well, and takes us for first. But I think at the moment this is the correct call. DRS disabled usually pretty much is the time to come in for the intermediates, and then if it gets enabled, it's the time to come in for dries. So I took that as an indicator. I think you can see there in the background that was Perez coming in as well, so I think this is the correct decision. So we come in for the green wall intermediate tyres, and I'm just hoping as I come out of the pit lane, we're going to have the grip there, we're going to have the water on the circuit for these tyres. Otherwise these tyres are going to burn out straight away. You can see Hamilton there in second, looks like he's overtaking Perez in the pit stop phases, and we come out of turn 1. The grip's not feeling too bad actually, and you can immediately see on the left tyre a bit of spray. So really just the dry tyres not kicking up any spray, but obviously the intermediates with their grooves kicking up the spray. But on to lap 12, a few laps later now, Hamilton's finally caught back up to speed. So we were in first place for a few laps now, but it looks like it's going to be over pretty shortly, because Hamilton goes down the inside, I go wide. That's not even me just making a mistake, really, just the car I felt couldn't really make the corner properly, and I was going wide there, and Hamilton takes us. Don't put up much of a fight, there's no real point. I don't want to put up much of a fight to fight Hamilton, because I'll just end up either spinning myself or just losing way too much time to Perez behind me, who we can legitimately at least finish behind. So Perez is going to act a bit as a bit of a kind of corkscrew, I think you could say, and kind of bottle the cars behind him. So we just have to stay ahead of him, I feel. So didn't want to fight Hamilton too much. So we cut much later on into Grand Prix. And when I mean much later on, a lot later on. Lap 22. So 10 laps later. Still going in these intermediate conditions. We're in second place at the moment. Hamilton's been eking out his lead in first. You can see Rosberg's in third. Interestingly enough, Rosberg only got to third a few laps ago. So Perez actually kept it with me in 2 and 3. So I was really, really happy about that. So it looked like both of us had some really good pace. The intermediates are a great equalizer against the AI cars. And so Hamilton now is actually in the pits, because he's going to make his second intermediate pit stop, because usually the inters, you can't go all the way to the end like a full set of wets. So Hamilton's in for a set of intermediates, but I'm thinking here, okay, I saw on the weather indicator at the beginning, it's going to dry up towards the end. We've got about, let's say, well, less than 15, 12 laps left of the Grand Prix. If it dries out enough quickly in the next 7 laps, I can just go from inters to dries and again skip out an entire pit stop. So we continue on until lap 26, when the safety car comes out for Marcus Ericsson, retiring out of this Grand Prix with terminal damage. I think his engine just went, or his ERS just failed. So it was terminal damage at the end of the race that I saw. So nothing to really show you, just terminal damage there. But safety car is out. So this is a big thing for us, because it's 4 laps later, and you can see physically the track, visually, the track looks a lot drier to 4 laps ago, and I'm still in this same set of intermediates. And also, I'm the one in the lead. I'm in first place because Hamilton made his pit stop, so I can be as slow as I want, because I can slow down the pack and just try and catch the safety car at a slower rate. So that's what I did. I went as slow as I could within the rules, and I caught up the safety car to lap 27, but we took our time. We took our sweet time about it to let the track dry up even more. You can see it's quite damp still, but, you know, when we go back onto our POV, you can see it is very, very dry there. I think the replay cameras on this game make the track look wetter than it really was, because if we go back to our POV, it definitely looks a lot drier. But you can see it's kind of nice to be right behind the safety car, being able to see it for the first time really in the flesh. But we come into the pits for a set of dry tyres. Hamilton actually follows me in here right behind us. We're going on to another set of soft tyres, and we're going to hopefully take those to the end of the Grand Prix. We've only got 8 laps left. Probably even less off, obviously, if the safety car picks us up. So we're coming in for a set of yellow wall soft tyres, and the DRS is hopefully going to get enabled pretty soon after the safety car comes in. Obviously, it can't get enabled during the safety car period, so we can't use that as an indicator. But I definitely felt like it was time, and Hamilton agrees with me, both coming out on the dry tyres. So you can see the replay cameras may make the track look very, very slippery, but as we cut onto our POV very shortly, you'll see the track looks a lot drier through turn 1. felt the grip was there. It was a very cold track, don't get me wrong, so I had to be a bit cautious, but the track definitely did have the grip for the soft tyres. So we cut later on to lap 29, 2 laps later, or 1 lap later, I should say, by then, lap 28, and you can see the safety cars coming in. So this is very interesting. The first time I've ever done this on this game. I'm leading the safety car pack, so it's my job to slow down. The game puts me on a limiter to slow the pack down. You can see Sergio Perez brilliantly has re-overtaken Rosberg there for 3rd place in the Grand Prix, so fantastic for him. And Jenson Button is in this pack here in the top 6, so that's fantastic for both McLarens. You can see here I was really holding up Hamilton because I wanted to try and get the best line. Didn't want to go here because this is within the worst point to go. On the exit of this corner, this is when I decide to jump it and go and restart there. So I get a bit of a gap to Hamilton compared to Sergio Perez and Hamilton's gap there. So that hopefully should help me out. But here we go on the exit of the corner. This is where the Mercedes powers will come back at us. So we have to look behind us and see where Hamilton is. Here he comes with the slipstream, move to the inside of the circuit to try and defend from him. He's going to try it round the outside. He outbrakes us, but we do well on the second phase of the braking to just squeeze him out there and keep first place for now. But Hamilton will come back at us down this back straight. No DRS yet because that will be enabled in 2 laps time. You can see down behind me, Rosberg's got up into 3rd place, so he's overtaken Sergio Perez on the restart. Kimi Raikkonen not too far behind, and also Jenson Button, my teammate, at the end of the train. But here comes Hamilton, just like Max Verstappen did earlier on the Grand Prix, going round the outside. We keep it tight once more on the curb, and once again an AI car goes wide there and just doesn't lift off. So a really frustrating thing for the AI. I really think they need to try and work on that, kind of learn when to lift off, because I have the inside line. I gave him all the room I could without cutting the corner there, and Hamilton just goes off the circuit. So now it allows Kimi Raikkonen to come back on lap 34 a few laps later. So after that incident happened with Hamilton, it allowed us to get away for a little bit. But now going on to the second last corner of the second last lap, Raikkonen actually makes a little move, lunge down the inside. We just keep it through. You can see in the mirrors he has to kind of back off there, but through the final corner yet again, look, he's got his nose down the inside, so we go side by side nearly through the final corner. He's going to have us here. We have to squeeze him into the pit wall, and look at that, Jenson Button is in 3rd place, trying to overtake me with DRS. Raikkonen's got DRS. He's into 1st place of the Grand Prix. We dive it down the inside, clean down the inside. Don't make any contact there. Just a clean move down the inside, and now we're up into 1st place. And look at this, Jenson Button going round the outside of Raikkonen. Come on, son, down the inside of Raikkonen. He's going to make, oh, they make contact. He's going for it for 2nd place. It's going to be maybe a McLaren 1-2. We go around the swooping right-hander. Kimi runs him off the circuit, and he's down to 3rd, and now Rosberg has a go at him. Is he going to keep 3rd place? Come on, please keep it, Jenson. He goes down the inside and he keeps 3rd place off from Rosberg for now. We've only got about half a lap left. You can see we've cut back to our POV through to the 2nd sector, through the chicane. We're in 1st place at the moment. We've got half a lap left to lead this Grand Prix to the end to get our very first win of our career is in the rookie season, which would be absolutely fantastic. Through the second last corner, Raikkonen right up my chuff. Button is kept 3rd place, so he's going to get a brilliant podium here. Through the final corner, Raikkonen right up my rear end into 4th gear. Checker flag, we've gone wide a little bit, and Raikkonen's got a good run. Oh no! Raikkonen's got it. I think he got it. Raikkonen got 1st place. Oh my god. Raikkonen's got it. Raikkonen's won the race. Raikkonen, he got it at the line. It was a photo finish. Kimi Raikkonen has won the Hungarian Grand Prix. And I can't believe we've lost it like that. We're not even on the podium. Button's in 2nd, Rosberg 3rd. We're down to 4th place. And it's because we've got a 3-second time penalty. So even if we didn't lose 1st place on the line, we would have lost 2nd place as well. Anyway, either way, even if we kept 1st, we would have lost it at the line because we got a penalty. And so we're looking at a replay. This is lap 26. This is when the safety car came out for Marcus Ericsson. So you can see it was green flags there. Then as you come through the chicane, we slow down. You're going to see the safety car light on the right-hand side. But this is why we got the penalty, because just before, I don't know if you saw on the replay camera, but here's an onboard shot right here on that lap when the safety car came out. I misjudged the corner on the left on these tricky intermediate conditions, cut the corner, and the FIA giving me a penalty for that, 3-second penalty for that, which is, well, it's fair enough, did cut the corner there, but a little bit harsh. We come on the safety car lap as well. It was all getting very kind of close towards the dry period, but I'm going to have to accept that, and we come home in 4th place, so even if we didn't lose it on the line, we would have lost 1st place anyway. But wow, what an end to that Grand Prix. Either way, I'm going to be happy about how that race ended, because that was an absolutely crazy end to the Grand Prix. Jenson Button, our teammate, has got second place. Our car legitimately had the pace then. There and then, on that time of day, that time of the year, in those conditions, our car was as fast as the Ferrari. Jenson Button was going for a move on Raikkonen and overtook Rosberg and kept him behind there. That helps us in constructors. We overtake Toro Rosso in the constructors. That helps me overtake Massa in the driver championship. We get a good load of resource points, which we'll spend in a bit on a new upgrade. We do wonders for the drivers championship in terms of the driver position, I have to say. Our team are happy with us there. We beat Massa in the rivalry, first time of asking there. And now we move on to the upgrade path, but still a bit of shock at how that race ended. That was, wow, that was so crazy. Jenson Button got second place. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe it. That is so awesome. I'm actually so happy for that. I mean, I am a bit gutted we didn't get a podium there, but Jenson Button got second. That's so awesome. That's so awesome that my teammate finally got right up there with me and even looked really punchy there to try and overtake the Ferrari. But you can see now on screen we're going to purchase the drag reduction streamline vanes there. So that will hopefully help us out for the next Grand Prix, which will be the German Grand Prix. Long straight there on the DRS, so that should help us out. I was debating over downforce, but I thought because of that long back straight might be more worth. And also Germany, really looking back to the preview race I did on Hockenheim, I think we're going to go quite well there actually. So I chose the drag reduction one for next episode. So guys, if you enjoyed that absolutely crazy Grand Prix, smash that like button. Jenson Button got a freaking podium. We nearly won the Grand Prix, if not for the penalty and me losing it on the last corner like an absolute plonker. But guys, smash the like button if you did enjoy it nonetheless. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And you don't here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been over. Home to the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.